2017 Acura NSX Sports Car in VR. Hello there everybody, and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. We are driving a 2017 Acura NSX. We were driving it in a Japanese Clubman Cup 550. We're driving at the Grand Valley South Track. We're doing 4 laps. We start at 12th of 12, and we started with a rolling start. Now the Acura NSX is manufactured by Honda, but it's marketed and branded as an Acura in North America, China, and Kuwait, while sold as a Honda in the rest of the world. So says the online community. However, for us, it doesn't matter. Just the only thing that matters is he fast enough to beat the other cars in this race? And we're going to find out. 4 laps. They're decent length. They're not too short. They're going to take a little bit of time to finish, but no time to sit back and wait because they're not that long. And some of these cars are pretty zippy. Now, they're all road-tuned cars, so they're not like sports cars, race cars, you know, with powered-up engines and stuff like that. Although the Acura that I'm driving has got some pretty zippy power in between the wheels there. Now, as we're coming up along here, we're finishing our very first lap, and we've passed not sure how many cars. The OpenFed always forgets to count the cars, and he barely remembers to count the laps at times. As I've mentioned before, I like those cars that have the digital lap counter right on the windshield, so you don't have to worry about it. But the NSX doesn't have that. So we got to get back past this yellow car that just pushed us over and got by us. We got to get moving because I'm sure that we're probably sitting around the middle of the pack. But these cars are spread out pretty good, so when you pass one, it takes a little bit of time to catch up to the next one before you can pass them, and so on and so on. And while you're doing that, the laps just kind of mysteriously disappear while you're not paying attention. So we can't afford to do that with 11 cars to pass and 4 laps. My count, that would be 3 cars per lap. That would be 12 cars, and we have 1 to spare. But the front ones are always a little bit faster, and they're going to take a little bit longer. So if we can manage to pass 3 or 4 cars per lap, we should come out ahead. Now, going through the tunnel, it's a little bit hard to see, but we managed to get by that 1 car. And I do believe now we are halfway through the race. I do believe this white car in front of us is the leader. Because I don't think there's I couldn't see anybody in front of him, and you would have been able to see him down this straight stretch. But this guy is pretty zippy. You catch up to him on the corners, and you really can't pass him there because he's still going too fast around the corners. And then when he comes to a straight section, he zips away. Now, I'm not really too interested in passing him just yet anyhow. Now, the reason I do that is, and I've explained it a few times, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I like to have a pace car in front of me that'll set the speed of the race for me. Because when I get in front, a lot of times I'm not quite sure how fast I should push it to stay ahead and create a buffer zone. When you're driving in VR with no display on, you really can't tell how close the closest car is behind you without your rearview mirror. So for that reason alone, I like to be behind the lead car, and that way he sets the pace and I don't drive too erratic or too fast around some of the corners. And that's basically the main reason. We can always use the last lap to try and pass him then, which we're coming up to right here. And that's what I think we're going to do. That's what the strategy is. Stay in the pack until we get to the last lap, and then in the last lap we can pass him. Now we got to go a little bit hard for 1 lap and build a little bit of a buffer zone because, like I said, this little white car, he was going pretty good and he didn't really want me to pass. But the OpenFed wants to win the race just like everybody else. As we're coming around the corner here, it's not a very nice day for racing with a cloudy cover over us, but at least it's not raining, which is good. Give us a little bit of traction on the track. Anyhow, this is a quick little race. Awesome little car. I've heard some people complain they didn't really care for driving the Acura NSX. I think it drives pretty great. The brakes are great, it handles great on the track, and it takes the corners really well. I really quite enjoy driving this car. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you back at Overfed Gaming again real soon. Until then, you've been driving a 2017 Acura NSX sports car with me, the Overfed.